Welcome to Inside Real Estate. I'm your host, Michael Crichton, and of course with me, as always, the charming and ever intelligent and articulate Mr. Terry Peranich, our real estate expert and speaker as well. And, well, this is a show for people who are buying and selling homes, and guess what? They have been sending you a ton of questions, and so we thought we would dig into the electronic mailbag. Sure. And by the way, if you ever want to have questions answered, you can always phone and get your answers as well at 780-457-4777. That is the Peranich team you would be contacting. You can also visit their Facebook fan page at Terry Peranich Team, and they have a website, www.peranich.com. So let's go to some of these questions. Matter of fact, this first one I thought was kind of interesting. It's from Terry. He asked, how will the new licensing regulations taking effect in September affect the home inspection industry?
Well, I think it's a great question, and thank you, Terry. You know, real estate agents are licensed and governed. Right. And, you know, we have a very specific code of ethics and that we have to follow based on the Real Estate Act. And, you know, much like, you know, different home builders or, you know, lawyers with the Law Society, right, the home inspection industry has exploded over the course of the last 10 years. When I started in real estate over, 20 years ago, when I would do a transaction, usually it would be grandpa or the father or the brother or a friend who was a contractor that may come and look at the house for the purchaser, Mike. And then home inspectors started to pop up here and there. Right. But as we entered the new millennium in the year 2000, I'm going to use this term lightly, but every Tom, Dick, and Harry was becoming a home inspector. And there was really no guidelines. You know, a guy may have had a background in carpentry or, plumbing or whatever it may have been. Some sort of a trade discipline was becoming a home inspector, and they weren't truly qualified. And there were some individuals who would buy a franchise, a local national North American franchise, and were trained, and they certainly seemed to produce the better home inspectors. Right. But now the industry is going to become governed where there's a level of accountability. So if somebody purchased a home, and I've seen this happen where the home inspector has said this is fine or that's fine or this is fine, and then the poor purchaser experienced a major problem, and the inspector had put pen to paper and signed his or her name saying this was fine, there was really no accountability.
There's no recourse.
No, there was no recourse. Right. So that's a great question, Terry, and I'm very excited that there's going to be specific rules and regulations and a licensing act for home inspectors, and I really think, and I say this in a proactive way, it's going to clean up the industry and get rid of the fly-by-night home inspectors, and there are many of them out there.
Well, it's about time. Samantha asks, we're thinking of selling but don't want to sell before we find a good home. The bank says we have to sell first. But what if our home sells before we find what we're looking for? What should we do?
Well, that's a great question, and I know several times, Samantha, in my career, people would ask me that question. Oh my God, we're hiring you. You're the guy that sells all those houses so fast, and what are we going to do if we don't find something? Well, the first thing I'm going to suggest is put your home on the market, and one of the things that you want to do is sit down with your real estate professional, and as your home is on the market, have a scheduled showing time where you're going to be out, looking time that you're going to be out looking at properties with your real estate professional during the week. So that may be a Tuesday night or a Thursday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon. And you know what's the law of averages, Samantha, and I've seen this a zillion times. Once you identify what you want, the house of your dreams is out there. Usually you'll probably find it in the first 8 to 12 that you ultimately look at in your range of value. So I mean, it's easy for somebody sitting here to say, oh yeah, don't worry about it, go out, put your home on the market. But I can assure you, if you put your home on the market and look at the same time, you will be successful not only selling your home but finding the next home of your dreams.
You're watching Inside Real Estate with real estate expert Terry Peranich, and we're digging into the mailbag, or the email bag as I like to call it. Andrea says, we have gone to see homes all over town with different realtors. My husband thinks that's the only way to get a deal, but I am tired of so many realtors, in brackets she says sorry. Can you work with just one realtor and still get a deal?
Well, here's what I'm going to first say to you. In that situation, you always want to hire a real estate agent to represent you. And there's something that's called buyer agency or single agency. There's all kinds of different agency relationships that you can enter into. But what you want to basically do is enter into a relationship with a real estate agent who is going to try to get you the best deal possible. So that person is entering into a contract with you and your husband to negotiate the best price. If you're looking at all kinds of houses with all kinds of real estate agents, chances are you're calling the real estate agent who she or he has the home listed, and they're really not going to tell you a whole lot, because who are they working for? They're working for the seller, to get the seller the most amount of money.
Right.
So when you're going to look for homes, sit down, interview some real estate agents, perhaps real estate agents that work an area, that specialize in an area that you're looking at. Find one that you like and enter into what's called a buyer agency relationship with that particular agent, and then they will go out and negotiate the best price for you with the seller, who will have their own real estate agent, and it'll always work out where, you know, both parties will benefit. But if you're looking for, the word is to get a deal, that's the best way to get a deal, if you have somebody negotiating on your behalf.
Absolutely. And I really like the concept that, because it is tough trying to identify a real estate agent that, might be through referral that you hear about someone. But even there, I think the idea that you have expressed, where you look for someone who specializes in the area that you're thinking
Michael,
about,
makes perfect sense. Not only that, it's, years ago when there was no agency relationships, people would call on a sign and buy a house. And, so there were all kinds of things that, were said that may or may not have been true. But now when you hire somebody to work specifically, and I use the word specifically, on your behalf, they are looking after your sole best interests.
Tamara, I have a nice 2-bedroom condo in a nice building in southwest of Edmonton. I spent a fair bit when we bought from the builder upgrading the home, but now there are lots for sale in the building. There are lots for sale in the building. I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm thinking of selling now, but will I lose all the money I spent upgrading? I think that's the essential question.
Well, that really depends. Sometimes if you have a building, and let's use a couple of different examples. You have a building that has 124 units in the building, and there's kind of a U-shaped, and there's 2 wings to the building, phase 1 and phase 2, and it's all built out now. And what tends to happen sometimes is the phase 1 gets finished sooner than phase 2.
Right.
And often they'll get finished in different market conditions. But if we're just very simple, if we look at simple economics with a simple home evaluation, what we do, let's assume you had a 2-bedroom unit and there were 5 or 6 other 2-bedroom units. What we do is we compare to see what the most recent sales were. But what often happens is some of these units do not have the same upgrades that you do. You may have went with a funky plank hardwood flooring and updated your cabinets and put granite in and updated your light fixtures and bath fixtures. So often you can, in fact, get more money. And what I often find is when a unit is really nicely upgraded, people will pay more money for it, because it also has that emotional appeal, and people go, wow, we just saw 3 or 4 of them just had carpet and lino and regular countertops when they look at yours. But it all also depends on market conditions. So what I recommend is get a professional evaluation from a professional real estate agent, look at the comparables. But you see, we are taught to adjust based on location, condition, upgrades, or lack thereof. So there's certainly an opportunity for you to adjust those upgrades upwards.
You're watching Inside Real Estate with real estate expert Terry Peranich. We're dipping into the email bag. By the way, you can also call the Peranich team at 780-457-4777. You can visit the Facebook fan page at Terry Peranich Team, and the website as well, www.peranich.com. Let's get back to it. Trevor asks, we had our home for sale with a realtor. We didn't sell. We even gave him a second chance for 6 months. No sale. Now he wants us to try again and says we might be overpriced, and although we agree, we also think he hasn't advertised the home at all. Do we just lower the price and try again?
No, get rid of him.
Moving right along.
I've been known to maybe get in trouble sometime with my candid opinions, and I mean that in a good way. My feeling is, if you list your home, your real estate agent has an obligation to be in touch with you at least once a week identifying what's happening in the neighborhood, giving you a snapshot or an X-ray.
Right.
What's newly come for sale that's compared to your home, what's recently sold compared to your home. Because if your home isn't selling, there's usually a reason for it, and often it is the price. So if all of a sudden you're going into 6 months with the same real estate agent, and she or he is now saying, well, it's just time to lower the price, chances are they've given up. They haven't done their job to begin with when they evaluated the home, and now they're being desperate. And change is often good.
Yeah.
And so at that point, and it's nothing against the person, but I think you want to find somebody who's an expert in the area, somebody who's sold homes in the area, who can truly come in. And the fact is, I get this all the time, where people will call my office and we'll come out and the home's been for sale for 3 or 4 months, and we simply go in and we do the X-ray, we do an evaluation, and we adjust the price slightly, and the home ends up selling, and people go, oh my God, you're so great. Well, all we did was tell you the truth the first time. And the fact of the matter is, I think if somebody's had that long, it's time to make a change.
Absolutely. Actually, this I think leads well into this next question. Cindy asks, I see your flyers in my mailbox all the time. You say you buy my home if it doesn't sell. How does that work? Well,
that's called our guaranteed sale program, and it's a phenomenal program. I implemented it several years ago, and I started doing this in the mid-'90s, where I had so many homes for sale on the market. I mean, we had 11,000 plus homes for sale in the greater Edmonton area, and it seemed like nothing was selling, but I had all these motivated sellers that wanted to go up and upgrade at the time, because they were seeing, we're going to take a little less for ours, but we can get tremendous value in buying something.
Right.
And there were so many transactions in the real estate industry that were subject to the sale of something.
Yeah.
And there was one time I had like 7 or 8 transactions, like subject to the sale of this. And I evaluated and I went, well, wait a minute. If I just simply bought this one, I would be able to, and I was a younger realtor, accommodate and help all of these people, and they would all benefit, and I would benefit too, because I earn commissions when I don't have a salary. And so what I did is I guaranteed the sale of the home. I bought it, and that created a chain reaction, and away it went. So the guaranteed home selling system, or guaranteed home sale program, was born. So basically, I will guarantee upfront in writing the sale of your home in 90 or 120 days, just depending on the home. So you can go out and buy the home of your dreams, and it's an upfront writing and guarantee. And often people will call and say, well, there's got to be a hitch to it.
Right.
You must lowball the price. No, it's fees are taken off, and we're very fair with it. And if anybody's ever interested in our guaranteed home sale program, one of my team members or myself will come out and we'll explain to you exactly how it works. It's a great program. We've helped hundreds of people.
Well, and ultimately, when you look at your track record, I mean, you sold thousands and thousands of homes in your career, and you sell, what is it, over 800, 900 a year, I think?
Well, I mean, it depends, Mike. Yeah. I mean, I'm usually anywhere between 6 and 650, and residential transactions, and often, I know a few years ago I did 855 transactions, but I had a couple of my large condo projects that we were able to sell out. So those numbers certainly help. But we're always, in that 600 to 700 range of residential transactions. But again, I have to give most of the credit to my teammates. They do a great job, and yes, I'm the guy that is I guess you could say, the rainmaker, or the curator of the team, or the team leader.
Yeah.
But I have several people that have worked with me for 10 years plus, and I have to give them all the credit.
One more for the ditch. Martin asks, what's the worst home you have ever had to sell? I might have it.
Okay. That's a great question, Martin. Well, if we've watched the show Hoarders, I've seen several of those homes where homes are stacked with pizza boxes or journals, and where I've had to walk over them. And some people are or unfortunate with the way they live, but there's been a lot of them. And me being from the east end of town, I've done a lot of work in the inner city in central Edmonton, and so I've seen some bad ones there. But the fact of the matter is, I've also seen some very bad ones in some of the higher ends of town, where people just, for you and I, it may be awful, but where they have, I saw one lady, I think she had about 24 cats, 5 gerbils, she had some turtles, and papers were everywhere. But you know what? There's an old saying in the car business. There's a a bum for every seat, or a better word, there's an ass for every seat, if I can say that on television. But the truth is there's a buyer for everything. So if you have the worst home, I'm sure it's not the worst. I could come out and evaluate it and definitely give you some free advice as to how to get it into saleable condition.
And I guess, too, in some cases, as it may be the worst home, it's also that there might be an opportunity there, and you find the right buyer who can see an opportunity in a home through renovation. And
a lot of people, usually a home that doesn't show well will sell usually below market value, and there are a lot of real estate flippers or investors or just somebody who's a handy person or a couple that wants to take on a project, and we see these shows on TV all the time. So, don't ever be discouraged. Get a professional evaluation. Have a professional who specializes, and again, we're going back to specializes in your area to tell you exactly where you stand in the current market.
Some great questions and some great answers. And by the way,
thanks to everybody for the great questions.
Oh, absolutely. And you can continue to ask questions. You can by phone if you like at 780-457-4777. By all means, go to our Facebook fan page. Matter of fact, most of these questions came from there at Terry Peranich Team. And also, I encourage you to visit the website, www.peranich.com. You have been watching Inside Real Estate with real estate expert Terry Peranich. We'll see you again. I'm your host, Michael Crichton.